up, guys? So I'm here with Mando Lopez, bass guitarist of Morrissey, also working on his own project, which is called the Chavez Ravine. He has also been in a band called Fear, and also, if you remember The Breeders, he was also in The Breeders. So we're here to check out his toy collection. You guys have seen my toy collection, and I kind of wanted to put the word out that if you're in the Los Angeles area and you want to do a video of your toy collection, let me know. So here we go. Alright guys, check this out. So we've got quite a collection here. What's up with this Sergio Aragonés Gru book here? This is one of the artist editions, right?
It is. So this is my childhood hero, really. I started collecting comic books because of him, because I used to get Mad magazines, and he used to write all the little, you remember all the little cartoons in the corners?
Right.
He used to make these weird panels, and it was just odd cartooning. So I gravitated towards it, and then I explored him a little more, and he ended up being this genius artist. And he wrote this comic book, and I collect everything Gru, and really everything Sergio. I met him a few times, and I mean, I have a ton of comic books, but I have everything in storage, or I'll show them off. But this one I have out. It's sort of recent that I've gotten, so yeah, I love it.
If I remember correctly, don't you have like a piece of artwork from him?
Right behind you. Look, this is original Referto.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. That is one of my prized possessions.
Wow. All right, so let's get into some of these action figures. I see you have like Thundercat stuff here.
I have a lot of Thundercats. This is like stuff that I have just here in the house. It's just the Mumra. That's probably, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years old. It's not too old, but it's just really cool, the detail of it. This is really cool. This is back from the 80s. It's a toothbrush, and it actually works.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've had that for at least 25 years, maybe.
I remember I had a Batman and Robin lamp, and it had like a bat signal, like it was funneled up, and the bulb went inside the center.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
it broke. It broke. So
those are the things to keep.
Yeah. Okay, so cool. So I see you have like a lot of designer action figures here. Are they called designer action figures?
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
Yeah, designer or underground. Or,
yeah.
For example, these are brand new. Slayer, the first record, this is on the cover, and they made these two, and I had to get them because I love that record. But they didn't make a lot of those. Or like The Shining, you know.
Right.
Jack Torrance. They didn't make a lot of these. These are all.
So that's the Jack Nicholson character, right?
Mm-hmm. And these are all fairly new. Like I have a lot of stuff in storage, but these are the ones I've had recently. I've gotten recently. Like this is super underground.
Wow, what is this to?
This is from The Shining.
Remember also The Shining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the guy? They were in the room and they were doing things.
And where did you get these at?
I got this online. I belong to this like cartooning group, or action figure cartooning group, and we just send each other like little things when we find somebody that's doing like very unique things like this. We tell each other tips, and then we go and seek them out.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, it's just, I love that people. I mean, he probably made like 20 of these only, and that's it. So
right, wow, that's a super small run.
Exactly, and that's it. And he'll never do any more. So, and like this Exorcist, I love it. Robo, this company, they do, I have a bunch of their stuff, but they just do, and it came with the slime, you know, it's just funny. Reagan.
Yeah, that is funny.
And this, you know, Mary David, it's so goofy, but I love it.
From Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see this like long-necked kind of creature in the background.
Yes, that is. It's an action figure, but it's truly a piece of art. I can't remember the artist's name, and it's a woman, and she does really strange, like almost like outer space dinosaur kind of creatures like this. And I got one. I've had this maybe 5 years.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is, and it's again.
I've been looking at that like the entire time. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, you know?
Yeah, they don't make a lot of those.
I bet you she made like illustrations and like some posters and whatnot of that particular character.
Do you remember Sydney the Elephant cartoon?
Looks familiar.
Oh my god, it's my favorite.
This is a coloring book?
It is. When I was a kid, I have it on VHS, the actual cartoons, but this was a rare find. I forgot where I found this at an antique store somewhere. Anyway, it's one of my favorite cartoons when I was like 5, and I couldn't believe I found that coloring book.
Wow. I see you have a Gigantor in the background here,
Yes.
or I think he's called Tetragen 28 or something like
I
that.
think you're right.
You guys can tell me if you know the correct pronunciation of that.
Mm.
But yeah, big fan.
So on my travels, when I go on tour, when we go to Japan especially, I always end up with a suitcase full of toys that I bring back with me. And I got it on the last trip I went. I got that one maybe like 2.5 years ago. And like there's a lot of giant robot, but actual from Japan that I collect. Cause
Is this like a small figure?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a small figure.
So
I think it's a little model.
you know what I noticed? So last year when I had went to Tokyo and I had went to Nakano Broadway and Mandrake, I had bought a lot of books and whatnot, but I noticed that I didn't get to buy any toys, but I noticed that the books were much cheaper there.
Right.
How were the prices on the toys?
Same thing. They're a little cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, because I think, once somebody brings them here to the US, then we're kind of, we're at their will to pay their prices,
Exactly. Or imagine going online and finding it, and then the shipping cost is just ridiculous.
Right, it's more than the item or just as much.
Like I literally get an extra suitcase just for toys when I go to the South Pacific.
Yeah, you have to. What are these 3 little guys here in the center?
So these I got in South America. These are from a private artist in Argentina, and they make these plastic out of just everyday like products. Like mostly like cleaning products.
Yeah.
And she makes these robots.
Like whatever she has at home, she kind of. What's her name? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the thing, man. I mean, but look at this. This is like a little squirt thing. It's just kind of amazing.
If you remember, then we'll put it in the comment section.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
let
I'll look it up.
everybody
I have
knows what
packaging
that is.
somewhere. I save all packaging, of course. But yeah.
And then you said you had some Mr. T pieces, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Here's a Popeye piece right down here.
I just got this, and it has different faces and.
Is this a Japanese toy as well? Because they usually have like a lot of accessories like that, like hands and different faces and whatnot. So, but maybe not this one. Maybe this is just an awesome premium.
It's Mezco Toys, so I don't think it's Japanese.
Oh, okay. Pretty cool. Look at all the accessories it comes with.
Yeah. So like, check these out. So. I was just a fan when I was a kid of Mr. T. I don't know why, but
the 18, right?
Yes. So here's Mr. T-Bone, and then here is Mr. E.T.
Mr. E.T.
And here's Mr. E.T. again.
Nice.
There's E.T. stuff everywhere, but those are some of the dorkiest fun ones that I like.
Oh, and then I didn't see this like Ronald McDonald Joker.
Yep, that's a private artist as well. Can't remember the name, but I picked that up about a year ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, who's more evil kind of a thing.
Right, yeah, definitely.
And then these are the Shining Twins.
Oh, yeah.
This is Japanese. I picked these up in Japan when I was there. But yeah.
Well, look at the artwork on the card
I know,
at the top.
I know, and I just can't bring myself
That's
to
pretty
open
creepy.
up as much as I want to.
Yeah. On these guys, would somebody typically paint these, or do they just?
I think they're just I don't know. Maybe you're
or
right.
do they just stay that
I
like
have
that?
no idea. I like them just because they look like those old creepy dolls from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they remind me of. But I don't know if you paint them. I think you'd ruin them.
I remember, back in the 80s, you couldn't really find like a lot of toys from the anime.
Right.
Different anime, and a lot of times you would find like kind of vinyl kits that you would have to assemble and then
those you would paint those, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. It was like model airplanes.
Right.
They were these weird I remember they had a Speed Racer. That was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for us, because we knew that.
Yeah. And I know that was kind of, in Japan, they were kind of more into the whole building and painting thing, like the whole experience. Not
Came from there.
Right, not just like buying the toy already, put together like we do here. It's kind of the experience of building it and painting it and stuff.
It's more personal and you feel way more attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, this is another, it's that same artist that does these like dual-headed.
Like the Mr. T.
Yeah. I have a bunch of these all over.
So you have Homer with a donut, which is pretty appropriate, right?
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your toy cabinet as well, right?
Yes.
Let's check that out.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have your toy cabinet, and I see at the top of the toy cabinet you have looks like some cameras or.
Yeah, just some projectors and cameras that I've collected.
That's pretty
throughout
cool.
The years, and they work. This one's really cool. I don't have any film for it, but sometimes I film little things, and I have a project. I'll use these cameras just to get a different effect for whatever project I got going on, and yeah.
Wow. So I see your top shelf here has a lot of like retro, like Giant Robot and the Mighty Atom, or why can't I think of his name in English? Astro Boy, sorry.
Yes.
Astro Boy. And there's also this guy here, which I don't remember.
Yeah, he was in, what show was it? Can't remember the show. This is what you're talking about,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, I can't remember the show name, but I got that in Japan. A lot of these I got in Japan. And they're all mixed and matched. I wish I had more organized, but there's something about just splashing them out in the color. I don't know. Like I have, there's giant robots here, but there's one here, and then there's a couple down here. So they're just all over the place.
So you have this giant robot. This is the remote control giant robot, right?
Correct. You have the actual watch, like Johnny Sacco, you can talk into it, or pretend, and it has all the controls on the watch.
And the alien character to his left when is that from?
That's the 1979 edition.
Really?
That was banned.
So that's from 1979.
Yes.
Wow.
The one that was banned in the U.S. because it was too creepy.
Wow. And so where did you get this at?
I've had that for years. I think I picked that up at a toy convention back in the 80s. Remember they used to have them at the Shrine Auditorium?
Right.
They still do, I think. Well, back then they used to have big conventions, like just toy and comic conventions, and I got it there.
Well, I know when H.G. Giger had originally designed the alien creature, he had big eyes like that.
Oh, okay.
Which they didn't do in the movie, but his original designs were like that.
I've seen the drawings.
Yeah. Yeah. His illustrations are they're kind of creepy. Yeah, they're kind of creepy, but
where does it come from? I know.
But his artwork is very intense and very detailed.
Mm-hmm. He knew exactly what he was going for in some weird way, like bizarro but great.
Yeah, like it's almost satanic, sexual,
all that good stuff.
Obviously, sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very dark for sure, but
yeah, very dark.
This is cool.
And then I see you have a couple of the larger Star Wars figures, which look like they were heavily inspired by the Shogun warriors from the 70s.
Yeah, and that's what they're taking from the Shogun warriors, and their weapons actually work. This one's arm flies off. This one's the missiles launch.
In the back.
Yeah.
The missile on the back.
Exactly, that one too.
Right, and these are the Funko from Funko, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it is Funko, but it's something else. There's another company involved with that.
A Japanese company.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they only made a few of them. They're hard to find, I think, now.
Mm-hmm.
I got these maybe 4 years ago. And I got them at the same time from some guy who was funny in the alleyway.
In an alleyway.
It's so weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also have the Black Stormtrooper.
Oh, you do?
And I bought it at the Star Wars convention that they had maybe 2 years ago.
In Anaheim.
I bought it. Yeah, in Anaheim.
Yep.
And then, so you have a few more guys down
so
here.
do you remember Fantastic Planet?
That character looks familiar to me, but I can't exactly
Fantastic
put my finger
Planet.
on it.
Yeah. Let me double check. Cut that for a second.
It's like an anime?
Yeah. What's it? Fantastic Planet? The cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, we'll start there. So this, you ready?
Yep.
So this one is from Fantastic Planet. this old cartoon. I think it's from the '60s about how aliens were conquering the Earth, and the humans were little, and they were our pets, and they were like this little society of humans, and those were, you gotta check that out.
But we were their pets, or they were our
were
pets?
their pets.
We were their pets. Okay.
And the soundtrack, I have it somewhere too. It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
just so cool.
Is it an American production or is it
I think
a
it's
foreign
French.
production?
Yeah, it's
Might be
French.
French. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And was it from Mobius, maybe?
I don't
Was
remember.
he the artist of... It was an animated movie, right?
Yeah, it was.
It might have been Mobius.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it, but I think I've seen like photos of it
Yeah.
and clips of it. So I think it is Mobius.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it is French. But then there's a bunch of
That's an Osamu Tezuka
Yep.
character there.
Yep, got it in Japan while I was there. And I got this online, but it's just this guy. He makes all these monsters, and they all kind of look like that. This metalhead guy, and I just love it. It's a really good design.
Kind of reminds me of one of the villains from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But he like those. They're all kind of in the same.
Oh, okay,
vein.
that's another one back there.
This little guy too. That one.
So they almost have this like Toy Story feel where like, remember the Misfit?
Yeah, the
kind
island
of-
of misfits. Yeah.
Well, but from the Toy Story, remember the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
kid who was like breaking all his toys and putting the baby doll head on like
Yeah, you're right.
an erector set and whatnot. So kind of reminds me of that type
Yeah,
of
yeah.
You know, design.
Totally.
And then you have some of these like the Ronald McDonald and the Batman where they are partially exposed in their bones or organs.
I should know his name. I gotta look it up. Rob something.
I've been wanting one of these. I mean, these are super cool. They're super designer toys. These are the real deal, no joke. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, I see you have some of the Simone Legno Tokidoki,
What?
or at least one of the Tokidoki characters here.
Oh yeah.
This little guy.
Yep. I've had that one forever. I think I got that one when my son was born, and I just kept it because it's just it's
Sentimental
Exactly.
memories of that time. This one's really cool too. It's like a little egg-shaped guy over here.
Yeah, that one I got in Japan as well. A lot of these, you know this guy, right?
No, what is that from?
I forgot the name of the line, but a friend of mine collects them all.
I've definitely seen that character though.
Yeah, and
But it's another designer character.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I got these in Japan. I love this artist. I forgot her name too, but
These little guys.
yeah, they are. And there's a bunch. I have some. They're all over the place over here.
Oh yeah.
They're sort of. When we spread them out around the house, they're just like we just like to place them in the bathroom and sometimes in the garden. Just
These
because.
are cool. Like you have the Felix the Cat one and
Yeah.
the
Same artist.
Frankenberry.
Yep. Chocula.
Oh yeah, Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what does something like that cost?
I think it was about in the $200 range.
$200 range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like once they're out of print or whatever, they're probably like way more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So, who's this darker character back here with the black and red?
I'm sorry. Let me just find this. I gotta get this guy's name.
All right, let's look at some of this other stuff. So you have another alien character there. And definitely, the designer, almost like a Lego type design.
What?
The alien character.
Oh
here.
yeah. That's a famous artist too. He did a bunch of sort of in that vein of art, different characters of famous sort of sci-fi characters.
You got this big brain here with teeth.
That's a graffiti artist, and he put out some toys, and that's one of them.
And these are look like other little blockhead Japanese characters.
Mm-hmm. Got him in Japan.
And of course, Judge Dredd over here, and you have some classics like Pee Wee Herman and
Kid Dynamite, Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Dynamite? Yeah.
That's one of the first ones. I got that when I was a kid.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Does he have like one of those things on his back where you pull the little ring and then he talks or something?
No, it's just a little guy to
A
see.
little action figure.
Ron English is the guy's name.
Okay, Ron English did these guys, so it would be like the Count Chocula, the Ronald. So he did these two.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he did the Felix.
Felix, I love Felix the cat.
Yeah,
that would
he
be.
is.
Yeah, that would be the one that I would probably choose.
The Felix.
Felix,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one of my favorite ones. I have another giant robot there. That's a giant robot from.
This was the giant robot that in the film didn't work. Right?
That's right.
They were going to fight this robot against giant robot, and it didn't work.
Yep.
They couldn't get it to activate. That was an interesting episode.
I love his chest. So it was different. I remember.
It's almost like the Swiss, like something Swiss related, or because remember Unicorn, which was the organization,
the Unicorn Gang.
They were kind of like, oh well, they were all over the world or whatever. They had different factions all over the world from different countries.
It was like Chaos from Get Smart, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, Unicorn was the good guys. So the bad guys were, what were they called? I can't remember what the bad guys were called.
Not the Gargoyle Gang, was it?
Was it Gargoyle? It was Gargoyle.
Yeah.
For sure. It was Gargoyle. Okay, so then you have some guys down here. You have a lot of guys in here.
Yeah, these are just an assortment of things I've collected. Like, these were like these limited edition aliens that people were putting out.
So you really like the alien a lot, because I noticed that it's kind of throughout your whole collection.
I do. It's one of my favorite sci-fi movies. I've always collected that. Here's another giant robot. Strange artist. I mean, this artist, he did these strange takes on the...
Well, this was from the, not the original series, but the animated series.
Oh, okay.
I believe maybe came out in the 90s. So that...
Didn't even know about that.
Yeah, they redid the design of Giant Robot. I believe at that time, during the 90s, is when Neon Genesis Evangelion came out. And to try to compete with that... show, they redesigned the giant robot design, and this is what they came out with. So it was that design there.
Yeah.
And
that was one of the bad guys.
Yeah, that was one of the bad guys.
I have another one, so I might not be in here, but yeah, they were. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a cool design, kind of like this guy. I thought maybe it was just an artist's take on it. Yeah.
And this guy, this wind up like kind of.
Oh, this?
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's from like, it's sort of like on the invasion from Mars or something like that.
Yeah.
From the 50s, the original film. There was some characters in this sort of looking, and that's why I guess I forgot where I got that. I picked it up, I don't know.
If you wind it up, does it kind of vibrate and then kind of walk or something?
Exactly. It vibrates and then walks.
Okay, and then you even have a giant robot. I think it was called maybe GR1 in Japan, but you even have one of the little display sets, or I don't know what you would call that, but it's almost like an art piece in a way.
Yeah.
Because it's it's not an action figure. It doesn't move or anything like that. And then you got these guys. Got another two-headed guy over here.
Yep.
E.T. Phone Home, and then the Munsters. You got Eddie
just
Munster.
some classic stuff, and this is just it's all just a mishmash, but. And then I started to collect some of the wind-up metal toys. There's a few of them, but there's I have a bunch in storage too, but these are some of my favorite ones.
Wow, what a collection. I don't think I've ever had like a really good look at your collection like this,
Yeah.
Like in depth. And you have this Popeye in the background here. That's a skeleton. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a giant robot action figure. Wow.
Burger King wrestler back there.
I don't even think I saw this like Donald Duck coming out of Mickey Mouse back here.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's when I was a kid, I was into wrestling. Like Jimmy Superfly Snuka back there. What a tragic story. I don't know if
See if I could get him. What happened to him?
Turns out like he murdered his wife or something.
Oh wow.
And he was like,
oh, there we go. There he is back there, guys. Right behind the wind-up giant robot.
And then this one is another sort of underground artist, and I just love it. It's just cool.
And he's got a number 3 there. I wonder what this
13.
13. Okay, so bad luck. He's bad luck, that guy. And then, like with this particular giant robot in the background, the wind-up one, this is a giant robot color scheme from the manga.
Right.
Yeah. So where he's blue and red like that, and then
in the film we got this like kind of bluish silver one with the red.
Yeah. I still think that's my favorite, but it's just cool looking now. But yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys, that's it. So I want to thank Mando for having me over. Thank you so much, Mando. I really appreciate it, and thank you for showing us all your toys and your collection, and telling us about your trips to Japan and where you picked all your toys up. And you've really got an amazing collection. So thank you so much.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
My pleasure.